Thank you, Mary, and thank you, Getru, for this opportunity. I'm really excited to share with you guys today. As Mary mentioned in my intro, I'm also a dancer, so I've just been kind of jamming since we had the intro dance session. Thank you, Getru, for that. So what I want to talk to you guys about today is my story. I'm Tracy Borreson. I am 36 years old. I live in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, so represent Canada on the call here today. And my journey into figuring out where I'm supposed to fit. So I think I'm going to probably touch on a little bit of what all of the rest of the speakers have said today, because my definition of personal brand is really just being yourself. So my journey to get back to that, and hopefully some people can take away some learnings and find some similarities in your life and find the path that's right for you. So I started out all about business. I went to business school. I was in the marketing industry for 10 years before I had my son. And I was all about it. I was all about the jet setter lifestyle. I remember once running through JFK Airport. I got my I Love New York mug to represent that today, with my heels and my outfit, just like, this is it. I made it. This is the best. And then I had my son, which was happened on what was supposed to be my last day of work. So when I went on maternity leave, in Canada, we get a year for maternity leave. So I went from full-blown executive, I was a senior vice president, to mom within 12 hours, 14 hours, I think was my labor time. And it just completely changed everything for me. So I spent my year of maternity leave with my son and with the whole plan of going back to work. And then I went back to work and I realized that I was not the same person anymore. I had new values and priorities that I didn't have before, and I couldn't honor the person that I was in my corporate career. So I was used to working 60-hour work weeks, and I loved it. I remember my husband once being at a Christmas party and saying, explaining what I did to his coworkers and just saying she's so great. She loves her job. And I was like, you know what? I do love my job. And then I went back to work and I didn't love my job. And I was like, oh no, who am I? What do I do with this information? And my boss was super supportive. She's also a mom, and she, bless her heart, tried to find me a place that I could fit back into the organization. And we tried for about a year and a half, and it just wasn't working. And I had never considered being an entrepreneur. So as Mary mentioned, I call myself a mompreneur, because the reason why I even considered starting my own business was because I was a mom. I never considered being an entrepreneur before that. So I don't have the entrepreneurial blood that some people have. I just have this new thing I'm trying to figure out that will work for me. And so it was very exciting for me, because during COVID, it was thrown in my face. So when everything got locked down in March, my son couldn't go to daycare. My husband and I were both working from home. We're trying to figure out how to balance these things. And every single minute I spent working, I hated it, which I didn't notice when I was going to the office. But as soon as I experienced that, when everything is in your face all the time, I was like, wow, that is I don't want to do this job ever. And so I went on sabbatical. Again, my boss was very helpful. And I went on sabbatical for a month, and I was like, nope, I'm not going back. I'm going to figure out what is this thing that's the new me? What is the new me, and what can I do that reflects the new me? Because this job reflects the old me, and I'm not that anymore. Maybe I'll throw in, I did a blog series. I love to blog. I did a blog series about my closets and how I had this executive closet and a mom closet. And neither of these closets represent the real me. And it was so annoying. It was really hard to get dressed every day because I was like, what? None of these things make me feel like Tracy. So what is that? So I went on a journey of figuring out what it was that I wanted to do. And I started my business in like as a marketing strategist. As you know, I got all this experience in marketing. So I'm just gonna like start with something, and got a few clients. And then I was like, oh, I don't really like that, like these things, but I really love brand voice. And what I realized for myself, I've been in marketing for my entire career. It was my job to be the voice of somebody else. And I didn't have my own voice. So I was like, well, now I don't have to be the voice of anybody but myself. So I get to figure out what it is that I want to say. What do I want to stand for? What difference am I going to make in the world? I don't have to be constrained by what someone else, like I had my boss tell me multiple times there were things I couldn't post on LinkedIn because that would look like we don't want the company to be associated with those things. And I'm like, okay, that feels bad for me. Like I don't like that. So now I get to say whatever I want to say. Well, what do I want to say? And I went on this journey. So I have now, Mary mentioned, I'm a personal branding coach. And so I put together a formula for working through that journey. But one of the things that I really looked at was the things that drove me nuts. And you guys can probably hear it in my voice. If you want to follow me on LinkedIn, you'll find out just how opinionated I am. But I have beliefs about what people need to stand for themselves and their personal brand. They need to say what they need to say, and I say that often on my LinkedIn. But like, what are the things that you want to say? So I follow a gentleman by the name of Donald Miller. He wrote a book called Story Brand, and he has a company called Business Made Simple. And I attended a webinar of his, and he said to me, he said to the crowd, what would you write about in your eulogy? Like, what would you say? And I was confused by that at first because I thought, well, maybe like, I don't know. My life now is so much different than it was 6 years ago. How can I possibly write my eulogy like that? Hopefully that's really far out in the future. And once I got some connection to what it was that I was meant to do on the planet, it became so like, it made sense to me. So now my goal, and I would really be really happy to have this written on a tombstone, is that more people had a voice because Tracy was here. And I get excited to say it. And I'm like, this is my goal in life, is to use my voice for the good of other voices so people can have their voice and make their difference. Because everybody, as Tiedra said, everybody is unique and everybody's here to own their space and do their thing. And everybody has a voice that's associated with that. And that voice adds value to other people. And if it stays inside of you, it can't add value to those other people. So we need to get it out. And there's so many things, I've had a love-hate relationship with marketing, my entire career in it. And I was like, what is that about? It's because there's so many things that people will tell you that are just nonsense. They're just other people's expectations of what you're supposed to be. And what you're supposed to be is just you. You are the only one who knows what it is to be you. You can't have, and people have the best intentions, right? Like our parents have the best intentions. And like, bless my mom's heart with all of the coaching she tried to give me with breastfeeding, and I just couldn't do it. And I was just like, I can't, this is so stressful. It's not worth my mental anxiety to do this because someone else expects me to do it. And the freedom that you can find in that, in your personal brand. And I just want to clarify to you, I get rambling. This is the thing. Again, if you guys still listen to me, you'll know this about me. But personal brand isn't something that is tied to you being an entrepreneur. So you don't have to have your own business to have a personal brand. Every single person is unique and every single person has that personal brand. And so embracing that And again, using that voice for whatever it is you want to say. It might be community-based, it might be related to your business, it might be related to your family. So you can say what you want to your mom or to your kids, or create a space of learning for people. There's so many opportunities to do different things, but having that knowledge about who you are and what it is that you want to do gives you the freedom to make decisions that are right for you. And there's no, like, there's no one else can tell you what is right. And unless you have that like fire. Oh, I was talking to Gertrude about this when I did my original interview. So I have this pendant necklace I had a friend of mine make. I didn't have it when we had our original interview, and I was like, I'm going to share it. It's a little flame. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a I'll go closer because I know some people are trying to see. But I have a friend who's a metalsmith, and so she made it for me, and it represents the spark that is inside all of us, and it lives there. Like, it doesn't go away. It doesn't matter how much you listen to the industry or what circumstances you've gone through. Your spark is there, and a passion comes with it, right? It's attached to a passion, and that passion is unique for everybody. But the goal of our life really is to set that spark on fire. Its purpose isn't just to smolder in you for your entire life. It's about you to live life on fire. And when you can do that, it just, like, you guys, this is why I say, like, 6 years ago, I never could have imagined my life was here. I was in a relationship that was terrible. My life was work. I had my boss tell me, same boss that gave me all of these things. But she told me that, like, when I was with my current husband, that she was like, you just don't sparkle as much. And I was like, what is that? Like, I don't want to like hang out with people that dull my sparkle. I want to sparkle. So I got divorced. But then, like, I'm married now, and I have a son, and we have like all the things. Someone asked me recently, was like, what was the one thing that you always wanted to have that now you have? And when I was a kid, the thing I wanted was a red Mercedes, which, I don't know, kids, whatever. But I have a red Mercedes, right? Like, I have all the things that I wanted in my life. And now, like, I'm 36. The sky is the limit. I can go wherever. And that is because, and it's a journey. It's not simple. The self-discovery is not like the easiest thing for you to do. It can feel really hard, and it pushes you outside of your comfort zone. But the growth that you can see on the other side of that is phenomenal. And I'm here to support people who want to do that, who want to go on that journey, want to light that spark on fire, find that spark and light it on fire. I get very excited about this, as you guys can probably tell. But I know I am a little bit short. But that's what I have to share today. And I hope you guys take the time. Here, I will give you one takeaway tip, because I've been giving this to everybody this week and everybody loves it. So take 10 minutes. I think everybody can find 10 minutes in their day, right? Take 10 minutes and just be. Watch the birds and figure out what you like about watching the birds. Like, drink a hot cup of tea and be yourself, because that connection to ourself is something that the world doesn't teach us to do. The world teaches us to go, 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 go. And the thing is, everybody has 10 minutes. And if you spent 10 minutes every day, and it's like, some days you could do yoga, or if you like meditation, you can do that. Or if you like journaling, you can do that. Like, there's lots of different ways to do it. But take that time and just be. You don't have to do anything, which is funny because everybody's like, just do this, do. And like, just be for 10 minutes a day and see where that can take you. That space that you create for yourself is where the answers are. It's where your connection to your spark is, not by doing a thing. So give yourself the space, and connect with me on LinkedIn, because I would love to hear what you guys find interesting.